Please, leave me be. I don't want any trouble. I'm sorry. I just want to be left alone. I know, but I don't know much about the city. I'm new here, like you. Not long. I haven't found a place yet since we left Morrowind. They have beds at Candlehearth Hall, but the people aren't very friendly. But Ambrose lets me stay at the corner club. There aren't any beds, but I don't sleep much anyway. My family, they're gone. I'm sorry. It's just, it hurts to talk about it. Thank you. Feltus used to tell me the same, but for different reasons. I was always so angry with him. Yes, the growth has been so slow. They say that Vardenfell was once a place of many wonders and far less sorrow. I know, but I cannot bear to see them alone. Perhaps you would be willing to describe them for me? Really? I'd better bring a footstool. I'd like to hear more. It sounds quite beautiful. I've heard of it. They say she looks east to Morrowind, and her visions prophesize the Red Year. A sweet roll? No, that's not true. I'm not that naive. Were they hiding or just bait? That was almost fun. To think I'd forgotten what it was like to smile. Thank you.
Good. Glad we straightened that out. My cousin's out fighting dragons, and what do I get? Guard duty.
Draugr give their life force to the priests of the dragon. Arms, if you will. The difference is, these priests offer ignorance in exchange. But alas, that too is a path to happiness.
Close enough. You're not supposed to be in here.
What's the problem,
What is it? He was my brother, my fraternal twin. But the only thing we shared was our birthday. He was brash. He never listened. When we were children, he'd use illusion spells to steal sweets from the cupboard. When the elders forbade destruction magic, he would rush me to the neighbor's yard and set fire to the chickens. The elders blamed me. I was the responsible one. They said I was supposed to stop him, that it was my fault. They were right. He was still my brother. You have no right. But it was not you. Not you who killed him. It was me. Just the market. Of all pities me. The meat is fresh and never cooked. I like the shrine, and I don't like sunsets. The sky flushes with color, and it reminds me of things. I like it. I mean, I like knowing that we're all dust in the end. It comforts me. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are. It all whittles away. It's strange when certain creatures are made. I've heard their insides are turned to dust, like corpses returned to time. But their flesh, it's ageless, as if time forgot them, and I don't know which part is unreal. If I told you someone I knew was taken by a vampire, would that mean he was alive? So that means he's dead. They're all dead, even if they're alive. We had just crossed the border to Refugees' Rest. Father read the decree. Mother placed mountain flowers by the shallow grave markers. Only Feltus didn't care about graves and monuments. It was already an hour past midnight. He shouldn't have gone on ahead. He was so excited. We heard him calling through the darkness. He could see the lights from the dock, and if you squinted, you could almost see the outline of the palace. Father chased after him. Mother and I, we followed. We passed Hollyfrost Farm just as Velda started to cross the river. He hopped on a large ice floe by the bank. I thought he'd slip. Mother hollered at Velda to be careful. He just stamped his feet. Then, it all happened so fast. The floe, it didn't crack. It didn't even make a sound. It just came straight through the ice like a ghost. It was a hand. When Velda hit the floor, the ice broke. He fell in, and Father went in after. Mother was screaming, and I just froze. We were standing on the embankment when more of them, they came right out of the snow. I felt a hand. It was cold, so cold, and I fainted. They say my blood turned hot as fire, but all I remember was the frigidness of that hand. I woke up inside the temple. Jorah was whispering a prayer. I felt so strange, so weak. Lortham said a Nord named Brunwolf saved me when the guards did nothing, by himself. I was the only one he could save. The priest put a gold towel to my brow, and I looked up at the great statue of Talos. It almost felt like he was sneering at me. He was telling me it was my fault, my burden. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I admire the curiosity of young people. I'm just annoyed by what that curiosity entails. They want to know why they're not happy. I tell them to get a job. They never realize I answered their question.
That look. He said a man waits his entire life to see that look from a beautiful lady. I wish I knew what he was talking about, so I'd know never to do it again. Not at all, stranger. I was just caught in a memory, and when that happens, I have a tendency to speak out loud. That's why the Nords say I'm of questionable mind. when all they used to question were my morals. Belin? Don't be absurd. Belin is my cousin. Our ancestors were once members of the great house Hlalu. Well, our crest was adorned with a scale to represent the balance achieved by negotiation and compromise. House Hlalu prided itself on the use of diplomacy as opposed to warfare. They were loyal to the Empire for centuries, even before the Great War. Perhaps that bloodline is what makes me oppose Ulfric's rebellion, while at the same time makes excuses for him regarding the Grey Quarter. Belin is a good farmer and a good Dunmer. Many find it surprising to see a Nord woman under his employ, but not if you know Belin. While I preach working together and compromise with the Nords, Belin backs up his words with action. Seeing those two till the fields and harvest crops speaks louder than anything I could ever say. Well, I do think he works Adisla a little too hard, especially given her age. I tried to help, but I'm dreadful at harvesting. Belin won't let me anywhere near his wheat after I damaged nearly half his crop. It's not my fault the fool never showed me how. The war has altered Ulfric's priorities. He won't listen to our pleas until things settle down. Even then, it would be a mistake to appeal to his chivalry. We must convince him of our value to the city's economy. If we present it to him not as an act of charity, but an investment, we have a better chance of making our case heard. We have experience farming in tough climates. Our knowledge of magic can provide valuable training for the Guard. Moreover, improving the city will attract wealthier citizens and more tax revenue. And you don't have to like Dark Elves to spend their coin. Very well. Well, our crest was... Perhaps that bloodline is what makes me oppose the war. Even if we present it to him not as an act of charity, but an investment, we have a... That makes it sound underhanded. But a diplomat's greatest strength isn't deception, but empathy. Very well. Well, House Hlalu... Perhaps that bloodline is what makes me oppose Ulfric's the war. Even then, if we present it to him not as an act of charity, that would seal our fate. We would cede the moral high ground and give Ulfric reason to expunge the city of anyone but Nords. Very well. I often tell Renori she needs to see the world, but the advice rings hollow when I myself can't seem to tear away from this city. They say the old Nord who comes by the Corner Club is married to an orc, but that's not the strangest part about their relationship. The rumor is so heinous I can't even repeat it, so I won't. Candlehearth Hall may be a cozy and elegant place to have a drink, but the Corner Club has style. Well, our crest was adorned. Perhaps that bloodline is what makes me the war has if we present it to him, not as an act of charity, but that would seal our fate. Very well. A lover, a stranger, a mistake. He saw the way I looked at him and thought I was in love. Perhaps I was, but only until the day he left. It's a shame what's happened to the Shattershield family this past year. We've had our differences, but I never wished them ill will. It was the day Ulfric had left for solitude, not to plead for war, but to make it. I knew then my lover's fate was sealed. He would join the Stormcloak army and depart for a camp the following morning. We said our goodbyes, and I never gave him a second look. I was standing at the docks when his ship pulled in. His name was Balrund. He was a noble's son. His shoulders were dressed in the finest furs, and a golden amulet hung from his neck, the center set with a stone as blue as a summer day. No, he was courtly, refined, and handsome. So handsome, I dropped my basket of flowers and had to scramble to pick them up. All that was left was a single dragon's tongue. I was about to reach for it when a hand plucked it off the ground. Ulfric? No, that man is in love with his throne. But Balrund, he was a romantic from the day he was born. Strange feelings swelled within me. Anticipation, anxiety, as if the world had shrunk into a single person, and yet it never felt so vast. I never even noticed it was an amulet of Mara around his neck. Yes, for the time being. Only most people don't walk around with an amulet of Mara when they go about their daily routine. It generally means they are on their way to propose to the person they love. It didn't take long for me to discover the amulet of Mara was meant for another. He said it was nothing more than a business arrangement, a wedding made to unite two clans who had long been at odds. That only made it worse. The only thing I set out to do two things that night. Put down a bottle of ale and put him out of my mind. I had all but succeeded when he walked into the corner club. I tried my best to ignore him, but the fool kept at it. I told him it would end in tears. He said he would never make me cry. I did, but only because I was in love. And love makes a mockery of wisdom. We alter our lives, our futures, and the fate of those around us, all to chase that single fraction of a moment when everything is beautiful. No, he didn't. Balrund was torn between his love for me and his responsibility to his family. In the end, he chose the Stormcloaks over both. Nothing was as important to him than his pride as a Nord. That pride ultimately killed him, just as it slowly consumes me. Yet you'll find more than your fair share of tales of sorrow, sadness, and melancholy. That is something we Dunmer can relate to. That is something every foolish, mad, and hopeless romantic can relate to. Yes, Skyrim is a cold land, and its people hewn from ice and stone. Some may see the surface and the edges, and mistake it for a lack of passion. Yet in the end, Nord or Dunmer, Altmer or Orc, we are all mortals. We laugh, we love, and we cry. Behind the icy veneer, in the privacy of our bedrooms, and in our most intimate of thoughts, we all turn to those emotions that are timeless. Yes, the land itself is filled with hidden wonders. For every desolate tundra, there are clear lakes and hidden grottos as lush and vibrant as the Ascadian Isles. I often tell Renori she needs to see the world, but the advice rings hollow when I myself can't seem to tear away from this city. Yet you'll find more than that is something every foolish, mad, and hopeless romantic can relate to.
Apparently some Nord women were murdered. Not sure why I should care. The College of Winterhold is the only place in Skyrim open-minded enough to teach magic. Although Ulfric's court wizard has been known to take on apprentices once in a while. Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter. Where else would we be? When the Red Mountain burned, you could scarcely breathe in Morrowind, so we came west. Windhelm is the first city on that road, and here we are. If we had known the Nords would be so unwelcoming, we may have kept walking. Apparently some Nord women were murdered. Not sure why I should care. Let's sate that appetite, hmm? Well, you see where we have to live. This forgotten alley. All the filth from the upper quarters flows downhill, like they say. Good luck getting one of the guards to help with anything. I tried to get Ulfric to even come down here to see the squalor, but the High Lord of his mightiness couldn't find the time. None of that matters to me. Until someone takes a Dunmer, I'll let Windhelm deal with its own problems. If you need another drink, I'll be right here.
I thought the Grey Quarter would be a haven for my kind. I was wrong. Not a day goes by that I don't think about returning to the ancestral home of my people. Still, even with the rough treatment we've had at the hands of Ulfric and his lot, I've got ties here. It's probably more trouble to pack up and leave than it is to stay. Besides, Amberus can't run the corner club on his own. Windhelm is divided into 4 quarters. The Grey Quarter is the one that's home to all the city's dark elves. If it looks to you like an impoverished slum, that's because it is. Ulfric prefers that we live in squalor. He has nothing but disdain for anyone who isn't a Nord. He tolerates us, but that's the extent of his hospitality. It was a pleasure.
Things have been a lot worse around here since Ulfric took over. Farm work is hard work. It's good to relax when I can, but I still have to listen to my brothers harping about injustices. Of course working for Bolfrida isn't my first choice, but what else can a Dunmer do out here? My sister and I both work for the Nords. Our brother is ashamed of us, but at least we can afford to eat.
Let me know if you see anything you like. All my goods are legitimate, which is more than I can say for some. I've scraped this collection together by whatever means I could. I do some business with the trade caravans, and I've picked up a number of items from adventurers like yourself. A few intrepid souls even brought some items back from Morvenskar, the fort southwest of the city. Of course nothing in here is stolen. Only a careless, shameful, idiotic fetcher would do something as stupid as to buy pilfered goods. Oh, by Azura, I've made a terrible mistake. I bought a gold ring, and Viola Giordano has been missing a ring that looks just like it. It's not that easy. She'd go to the Jarl if she knew I was even remotely involved. You have to get it to her some other way. Look, it's dangerous. But if you sneak the ring into her house, put it in a dresser or something, I will make it worth your while. Don't let Viola catch you in her house. Sneak that ring back to Viola before we both get caught. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Take a look. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Do come again.
trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend? Welcome to the House of Curiosities. I offer a brief tour for a few coins, or you can simply browse at your leisure. My sister and I inherited a modest sum of money. We decided to travel and seek out whatever adventures we could find. As we journeyed across Tamriel, we encountered tales of exotic and wondrous artifacts. We decided to collect as many as we could. My sister passed away some years ago, so I settled down here and opened the House of Curiosities. I think she would be happy to know that our collection has brought smiles to faces both young and old. Indeed, I did. For a few septims, I'll tell you about some of the most interesting curiosities in my collection. Very well. If you change your mind, you can usually find me here. In the meantime, feel free to look around. A most pleasant chat. Until the next. Feast your eyes on my strange and wondrous collection of curiosities. For a few septims, I'll give you a brief tour that includes some of my most unusual items. My sister and I once traveled the world to assemble our collection. Such adventures we had.
My tools alone. You have yours, and I have mine.
I didn't touch it.
Hammers don't have legs.
Did you look behind the forge? I think I saw it there.
Oh, yes. Now that you mention it, I think... Sorry about that. Everyone says Yorland Greymane is the best smith in Skyrim. I plan to change a few minds about that. Every bit as sharp as what you'll find in Whiterun. I respect Yorland, but he has the good fortune to work the Skyforge. Something about the fires. Their steel just holds tighter. If that makes any sense. I don't see these troubles as business. This is a labor of honor. To bring Ulfric his rightful glory, I would hammer 1,000 shields. Shore's bones. I might just have to. Of course I am. What do I look like, a tavern wench? Don't let my words cut you too deep. I've just been working the forge too hard. Trying to set this sword right. Jarl wants it to look like an ancient blade. High Queen Fridis ruled over Windhelm in the Second Era, and her sword was legendary. Getting the real sword would be even better than making a copy. but no one wants to risk getting it from its resting place. If you find that sword, traveler, I'd be grateful. The finest weapons and armor. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Don't forget. You find Queen Freydis' sword. I'll reward you.
Working in Windhelm is great. I get to see Ulfric up close. Every Nord should admire Ulfric. He fights for all of us. In fact, he's the reason I chose to learn the smithing trade. I want to make weapons and armor for the great Stormcloak army. Smithing isn't the most exciting thing for me, but we all have to lend a hand as best we can. If a Stormcloak uses one of my swords to strike down an Imperial soldier, then I've done my part to free our land. A word of advice, don't buy discounted armor.
This is the Hall of the Dead. Someday you'll end up here.
All delicious and affordable.
Watch the skies, traveler.
Working in Windhelm is great. I get to see Ulfric up close.
I'd travel more, but who wants to deal with all the soldiers these days? If you're looking to get a drink, Candlehearth Hall's got warm fires and strong ale. Just got here from the Somerset Isles. Lots of opportunity in Skyrim. It was difficult at first. The Nords of this city are at best suspicious of outsiders. But in time, I made the right friends and proved myself useful enough that they don't give me trouble anymore. The Dark Elves are too proud and naive to understand the way things truly are, and so they continue to dwell in that slum. Take a look. Thank you. For your custom, make it quick. Take a look. I'll see you again soon, I hope. Cookware, knives, and other goods for the home, all at reasonable prices.
I woke up inside the temple. Joy was whispering a prayer. I felt so strange, so weak.
The best way for us to win the Nord's respect is through hard work.
Farm work is hard work. It's good to relax when I can, but I still have to listen to my brothers harping about injustices. Of course working for Beaufride isn't my first choice, but what else can a Dunmer do out here?
We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad to have met you. Good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
An adventurer once inquired why pain exists. I told him I would tell him the answer, if he let me.
You one of those Skyrim for the Nords types? That's just what Ulfric wants you to think. If that's what you really believe, then you're a fool. Never had much patience for fools, myself.
You got some nice meat hooks there. Makes for a damn good punch. What?
And my fists want to meet you. Keep insulting me, and I'll introduce you to them.
I don't like company. Never amounted to anything. Most people talk, and I don't like what they have to say.
I don't know what you mean. Are you angling for a fight? Got a strange way of showing it. Is this some sort of trick? No one's this nice. But, I don't need your respect. It'd just make me a soft belly.
I don't like company. Never amounted to anything. Most people talk.
No, I'm not. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know me. I know you're trying, but it ain't like you talk. It's more you're telling me what you think. That's what everyone does, and they call it advice. Most of it sounds like insults to me. My dad taught me that words can hit as hard as any fist, so don't feel bad for punching them back.
I don't like company. Never amounted to anything. Most people talk, and I don't like what they have to say.
Huh? Mud crabs? That sounds boring. Why are you smiling like that? Are you laughing at me? Everyone in this inn is a bloody jester. Always picking on Vala. Well, we'll see how they giggle when I stomp on their throats. No way. My dad taught me that words can hit as hard as any fist, so don't feel bad for punching them back. I don't like company. Never amounted to anything. Most people talk, and I don't like. It ain't nothing I can put my finger on. Just seems like the more I get to know someone, the more they're having a laugh. Only I ain't laughing. I don't get it. I'm a strong Nord woman. I don't see what's so funny. No, that ain't it. Not one person here will say I ain't tough. It's something else they don't respect. Huh. As if I care what they think. I don't like company. Never amounted to anything. Most people talk, and I don't like what they have to say. No, I'm not. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know me. You're all talk, knife ears. Those aren't fighting words. They're cries for help. I am one of the best in all of Skyrim. Got a punch that'll break iron, and a chin like Skyforged steel. Definitely. I've beaten everyone you know, and people you've only heard of. I know I'd make a good soldier. Just don't want to be one is all. Prefer to fight man to man with the tools the gods gave us. Yeah, I got a story or two worth telling. I fought all sorts. Soldiers, miners, sellswords, and even a priest. It was with Stenvar, and it wasn't supposed to be a brawl. I just wanted to talk to him. You know, to ask him how to fight with a weapon. Damn sellsword told me he doesn't do anything for free, so I challenged him to a brawl. If he won, he'd get 500 gold for doing nothing. If he lost, I'd have the money to hire him. Either way, he gets paid. The brawl part was easy. Too easy. I caught him good on the chin, and he dropped to a knee. When it was over, Stenvar said keep the gold, because teaching me was a waste of time. I was better off without a weapon. I told him I wanted to learn anyway, but he didn't get it. Men are so stupid. Yeah, I got a story or two worth telling. I fought all sorts. Soldiers, miners, sellswords. A stubborn old orc. Was in here half drunk, looking to pick a fight. He wanted the best, and he heard that was me. So he says, "You valid the Iron Fist? Well, I break iron for a living, and I can break you." It was stupid. I could have breathed on the old tusk mouth and he would have tipped over. And he punched like a newborn babe. Usually I let everyone hit me a couple times, just to get the blood flowing. But this old miner, his knees were wobbling when he got off the chair. Reminded me of my dad. Stubborn bastard had one good leg and still tried to join the clubs. This orc wanted the same. One last hurrah. So I let him hit me once more, and I dropped. Let him keep his pride and his gold. But don't get me wrong, I ain't no cotton heart. Only reason I'm telling you is so you know I didn't lose. But not every fight is worth winning. Yeah, I got a story or two worth telling. I fought all sorts. Soldiers, miners, sellswords, and even a priest. Not just any soldier. Some high-ranking Stormcloak. They called him Iron Fist. That's what they used to call me. Vala the Iron Fist. I thought that wasn't fair to either of us. I didn't want people getting us confused. So I came here to fight him. Winner kept the name. True to his word, he punched like iron. But on that day, my chin could chip steel. He was a better fighter, but I wore him out. I was about to drop him to a knee when Galmar called his dogs back to the pen. He wanted to keep going, but I told him to forget it. He could keep the name. His fists punched harder than mine ever could. Yeah, I got a story or two worth telling. I fought all sorts. Some old Imperial priest, a cottonbelly from Cyrodiil, come here to preach against the war. I found him in my seat one night, whining about the clouds. Something about not being able to see the stars that night. I said, "You want to see some stars? You keep crying like a thumb drinker, and I'll show you some stars." He stood up, but he didn't walk away. I didn't expect that. I said, "Doors that way, Granddad." But he never took the offer. He gets up real close, but I don't smell any meat on his breath. Then he looks me straight in the eye and puts his coin purse on the counter. 100 septims, he says. Next thing I know, chairs are being cleared on the second floor, and the old priests rolled up his sleeves. We went at it for a good 10 minutes. I kept waiting for him to cheat me with his fancy magic, but the old Imperial took his beating like a Nord. It's a date. 100 gold. Winner take all. Good. Fists only. You use magic, I break your neck.
Fight! Fight! You just gotta stand there and take it. Fight back! 12 septims on the barrel. Drive that snow back to the ground. Come on! Drive that snow back to the ground. Come on! Drive that snow back to the ground. Come on! Drive that snow back to the ground. Come on! Drive that snow back to the ground. Come on! Keep those hands up.
This here's Candlehearth Hall. Great rooms upstairs, and there's a bed for rent on the ground floor. Here, take a look at this. Here, take a look at this. Did you see the candle above the fire upstairs? It was lit 163 years ago, back when this building was the home of a grand warrior named Wundheim.
When word came that he'd fallen, his son Darok lit the candle in his honor. Nobody knows why it still burns. Magic? Goodness, not here. Nothing dangerous like that. That's all kept to that college up in Winterhold. Better that than dealing with Ulfric's wizard like some do. Enjoy your stay, and don't break nothing.
I thought you'd never ask. 100 gold. Put it up, and I shut you down. Of course you do.
This is an ode to Skyrim. Truest sons and daughters, the Stormcloaks.
Got some fresh baked bread and good cheese if you're after a bite to eat. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room, right this way.
Land that we own, with our blood and our steel, we will take back our home. All hail to Ulfric! You are.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
In your great honor, we drink and we sing. We're the children of Skyrim, and we fight all our lives. And when Sovngarde beckons, every one of us dies. But this land is ours, and we'll see it wiped clean of the scourge that has sullied our hopes and our dreams. All hail to Ulfric! You are the High King. In your great honor, we drink and we sing.
What do I do? Do I hire a mercenary? Ay, Talos, I wish Uncle were here. Oh, hello, stranger. I apologize. I have a tendency to mumble out loud. Family sword. The caravan delivering it was ransacked. I had hired 3 bodyguards, but in the end, it wasn't enough. My uncle said we'd never find it, but I heard some of the guards talking about this bandit group over in the Uttering Hills cave. Maybe they're the ones who attacked the caravan. It's a long shot, but you never know. It's actually quite valuable, being somewhat of a historical artifact. Of course, you can find many old blades in ruins all across Tamriel. The real value is in its inscription. It names the bearer of the sword as the true heir to my ancestor and her love. I've heard rumors that the elder side of my family was quite wealthy, but I doubt that was anything more than my granddad's embellishments. An elven sword, believe it or not. Supposedly one of my ancestors fell in love with a high elf and followed him back to his homeland. Of course, as a prestigious warrior clan, none of his family approved of her stock, being a humble Nord from a nameless heritage. So, to prove her worth, she and her love concocted a plan. She would visit the Cherugians of Cloudrest and enter a tournament, posing as him. That day, it was as if the two had fought as one. Not a single warrior could match her blade. And when the tournament was over, and she was made champion, her love revealed himself and their ruse. The sword she was awarded for winning that tournament was the proof that she was worthy, and the same sword I seek today. Of course. My apologies. I'm new at this. I suppose I pay you half now, and half when the sword is retrieved? Hopefully this is enough.
No one bought any flowers again today. I don't know what to do. They're dead. My mama died when I was little. I don't remember her very well. My father was a Stormcloak soldier. One day he left and didn't come back. I'm all alone. I try to sell flowers so I can buy food. It's not much, but what else can I do? Really? Do you have a place I could live? Oh, wow. Are you sure? You really wouldn't mind? Yay! Thanks, Mama. I promise I'll be the best daughter ever.
We will take back our home. All hail to Ulfric, you are the High King. In your great honor we drink and we sing. We're the children of Skyrim and we fight all our lives. And when Sovngarde beckons, every one of us dies. But this land is ours and we'll see it wiped clean of the scourge that has sullied our hopes and our dreams. All hail to Ulfric, you are the High King. In your great honor we drink and we sing.
Sure. What can I do for you? You must be a Stormcloak through and through to request that one.
I need to get my things and say goodbye to everyone.
This is
I'll
an
meet you at
ode
home.
to Skyrim's
Thanks.
truest sons
Thanks
and
so
daughters.
much.
The Stormcloaks.
We drink to our youth, to the days come and gone, for the age of oppression is now nearly done. We'll drive out the Empire from this land that we own. With our blood and our steel we will take back our home. All hail to Ulfric, you are the High King. In your great honor we drink and we sing. We're the children of Skyrim and we fight all our lives. And when Sovngarde beckons, every one of us dies. But this land is ours and we'll see it wiped clean of the scourge that has sullied our hopes and our dreams. All hail to Ulfric, you are the High King. In your great honor we drink and we sing.
I need to get my things and say goodbye to everyone. I'll meet you at home. Thanks. Thanks so much.
Speak, elf. Need something?
I need to get my things and say goodbye to everyone. I'll meet you at home. Thanks. Thanks so much.
A sailor once asked me if he would die at sea. I told him that he would die.
An elven soul, believe it or not. Supposedly one of my ancestors fell in love with a high elf and followed him back to his homeland. Of course, as a prestigious warrior clan, none of his family approved of her stock, being a humble Nord from a nameless heritage. So, to prove her worth, she and her love concocted a plan. She would visit the Cherugians of Cloudrest and enter a tournament, posing as him.
Need something? Oh, hey.
Got some fresh baked bread and good cheese if you're after a bite to eat. Mind you don't get fresh with Susanna. She plays the flirt, but it's just to get good tips. Enjoy your stay, and don't break nothing.
How can Elda hate the Dark Elves when she knows so little about them? You didn't hear it from me, but if you want a real drink, try the Corner Club in the Grey Quarter. Watch what you're doing.
Name's Nils. I'm the cook up at Candlehearth Hall. When I'm cutting wood, I pretend there's an Imperial soldier's head on the stump. Careful.
You got some nice meat hooks there. Makes for a damn good punch.
Hello, friend. They're parasites. They're living in our city under our protection. But what do they do for us? Nothing. I know the High King invited them here, but he didn't ask me or anyone else first. Maybe he should have. Wouldn't surprise me. They've done nothing to help in the fight for Skyrim's freedom. Those Thalmor elves, too. I bet they're working together. Maybe I should round up some men and take us a few prisoners to interrogate. Be seeing you.
You got some nice meat hooks there. Makes for a damn good punch.
I still can't believe Isabella's gone. She was such a helpful young lass.
Make it quick.
I was one of the best soldiers in the Stormcloak army, until I took a sword to the chest. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. Good to talk to you.
Got some fresh baked bread and good cheese if you're up. Mind you don't get fresh with Suzanne. Let's sate that appetite, Enjoy your stay, and don't break nothing.
By all I hold sacred.
How can I help you? Until next time.
I admire the curiosity of young people. I'm just annoyed by what that curiosity entails. They want to know why they're not happy. I tell them to get a job. They never realize I answered their question.
one of the Jarl's men, you'll get your lumber. Anga's mill pays its debts.
I used to work at Anga's mill, but I had to leave.
You're mine. You can't win this. follows to the death. What do you need? Malakath, witness our deeds.
despise brawls. Problems should be solved with reason, not fists. My items simply moor me to this plane. Take them all. Until the darkness swallows us all.
Come on.
Now I'm
Good.
I'm retired. The townsfolk call me captain, because I used to be a... There's an author named Adonato staying at the inn. He's published a few works of historical fiction. The clans Shattershield and Cruelsea see most of the gold that passes through the city. And obviously you have Ulfric, the Jarl and future High King. Oh, and that busybody Viola Giordano. She's got her nose in everyone's business, which I guess is one way of being prominent. If you're looking to pass the time, you can give Calixto a few septims and gawk at whatever oddity he's come across lately. If you're in need of goods, there's a market. If it's a soft bed and a hot meal you're after, there's Candlehearth Hall. Well, nothing. At least not anymore. Folk just call me that because of what I used to do. I was a sailor for many a year. I made my coin as a trader, and in time, I bought my own ship. When I retired here in Windhelm, most folk already knew me as Captain Lonelygale, and the name just stuck. Terrible shame that. Seems we have a killer on the loose here in Windhelm. He's claimed 3 victims that I know of, though maybe there's more that haven't been found yet. All lovely ladies, too. Let's hope the guards find that demon soon and introduce him to the headman's axe. Fair winds and calm seas. That's an old sailor's party.
The Draugr give their life force to the priests of the dragon. Arms, if you will. The difference is, these priests offer ignorance in exchange. But alas, that too is a path to happiness.
Horses. All day long. Do you have any idea how dull horses are?
I'm a sailor on the North Wind. We're laying over in Windhelm for a while.
If the guards would listen to Viola, they'd have caught the butcher by now. I love my husband, but he can be a bit dull at times.
It's you! Did you find it? Was it there all along?
This is an ode to Skyrim's truest sons and daughters, the Stormcloaks.
I feel like you're taking advantage of me. But at this point, I just want my family's sword back. Here. It cost me a small fortune, but it will be worth it when I see the look on my uncle's face. I think he's staying over at the inn in Solitude. I'll need to get the sword polished and ready for viewing first, and maybe hire some security. Cheaper ones than you, but good ones nonetheless. I believe our business is done.
We're the children of Skyrim, and we fight all our lives. And when Sovngarde beckons, every one of us dies.
I made my fortune as a sea captain, but now I'm retired. The townsfolk call me captain because I used to be a sailor.
I own Hollyfrost
Fair
farm
winds
outside
and
the
calm
city.
seas. That's an old
It's
sailor's
honest
party.
work, if a bit dull.
It's good to spend some time on solid land.
Oh, need something? Hello, friend. What can I do for you? Certainly. It's a fine tune and a good request.
Need something? I'm a bard, trained at the Bard's College in Solitude. Wanderers like you should think about applying. Mm-hmm.
Need something?
I was thinking customers would love the opportunity if they hear a quartet.
You're not truly considering accepting outsiders.
I hope so. What about a maiden fair from the Bard's College?
Not likely.
You know, some nights, when I close my eyes, I'm composing a new song. A ballad. For my love.
Be on the lookout. The butcher could be around any corner. Oh, really? So that dark elf took my ring? So typical of his kind. I think the Jarl should hear about this. Maybe double his taxes. No, triple them. That should teach those people a lesson. You deserve something for sniffing out that thief. Here. Bye now.
Speak.
I'd appreciate it if you don't bother my wife, Tova. She's still in mourning. Our little girl died recently. I've been shouldering my days with strong mead, but nothing gives my Tova peace.
I've been looking for an amulet of RK to remind my wife that our child is with the gods now, but I can't find one. Thank you. It's all in the swing. Let me show you. Please. Poor Nilsine has been wrecked. I hope RK grants my wife some comfort. Thank you. Here, I always pay my debts. Yes, yes. Now, to find myself a drink.
Make it quick.
Got some fresh baked bread and good cheese if you're after a bite to eat. Enjoy your stay, and don't break nothing.
Good to see you.
adventurer once inquired. He objected on the grounds that I'm to kill him.
Jerem is a fine house, and it's up for sale. You should talk to the steward in the keep if you're interested.
I woke up inside the temple. Jorah was whispering a prayer. I felt so strange. So weak. Lortham said a Nord named Brunwolf saved me when the guards did nothing. By himself. I was the only one he could save. The priest put a gold towel to my brow, and I looked up at the great statue of Talos. It almost felt like he was sneering at me. He was telling me it was my fault, my burden. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Sorry, but I'm not looking to hire any more crew right now. Fine work. Here's your pay. Don't spend it all on me. Keep safe.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mind me, just here on business. Oh, hey.
A sailor once asked me if he would die at sea. I told him that he would die doing what he loves.
If it's a mercenary you're looking for, you found him. There's no stronger sword arm for hire in all Skyrim.
Got some fresh baked bread? Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Best not to walk the roads of Skyrim.
I'll show you to
alone.
your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Something you need, you miserable wretch? I've scraped this collection together by whatever means I could. I do some business with the trade caravans, and I've picked up a number of items from adventurers like yourself. A few intrepid souls even brought some items back from Morvenskar, the fort southwest of the city. Get out of my sight!
You have a grim look.
Good to see you. Good day.
Name's Nils. I'm the cook up at Candlehearth Hall.
I'd travel more, but who wants to deal with all the soldiers these days? Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Thank you for your custom.
I lost my twin sister a while back.
Have you ever lost anyone close?
Fact, I'm glad you're here.
Got a lot of nerve coming here. Whenever a group of marauders attack a Nord village, Ulfric is the first to sound the horn and send the men. But a group of Dark Elf refugees gets ambushed, a group of Argonians or a Khajiit caravan, no truce, no investigation. Nothing. There's a group of cutthroats out there right now that Ulfric doesn't lift a finger to bring to justice, as long as they don't threaten Nord land. That's a brave offer. I'd be happy to throw in my coin behind that. You deal with them. I'll make sure you get paid. Maybe this old soldier will throw in some lessons as well. Show those marauders what Windhelm justice tastes like.
You need anything, come see me. I'm as resourceful as I am discreet. I'm a dark elf and I live in Windhelm, so yes, I live in the Grey Quarter. You must be new around here, or you'd know they don't let my kind live anywhere outside that slum. Wherever I can find them. If you're the type who worries over where something came from, you may want to move on. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Come and see for yourself.
Be sure to stop by Sadri's used wares in the Grey Quarter.
I'll be fine.
Master, you're far too old for this sort of journey. We don't know what's inside.
I can... just...
You see, you're not well. Have a seat, and I'll fetch you some tonic.
Oh, if there was a tonic that could help me, I would have found it by now. I'm so close to the answer. Just a man's life work is all. I finally derived the location of the White Phial, but this doting busybody won't let me get it. You would do that? It's good to know there are some people out there who are willing to help an old man. It's buried with its maker, Remiel, in a long-forsaken cave to the west of here. Remiel was a crafty one, even in death. You would need the skills of a master alchemist to reach his resting place. Luckily for you, I've already made the mixture. Here, take it. Please, don't dally. I've wasted enough time arguing with my useless assistant here. The legendary bottle, forged in the days when Skyrim was just starting its turn to ice. A small container made of the magically infused snow that first fell on the throat of the world. It is said that the phial will replenish whatever fluid is placed inside of it. For an alchemist like myself, it is the most pure expression of my art. To create from nothingness is... poetry. I've spent my entire life searching for it. It brought me all the way to these frozen reaches from the warm embrace of Somerset Isle. Entire years spent in libraries, seeking out tiny villages with local legends that contain but a whisper of a hint of the phial. I even named my shop after it, hoping that it might attract anyone who had heard of it. And now it's within my grasp. But the Eight, it seems, have chosen me
for their amusement. For in my current condition, I'll never be able to lay my hands on it. Why are you still standing around here? May the Eight take a look. Hope to see you again soon.
Master, I have a question about infusions of arrowroot.
Damn it, child. Didn't I tell you to gather my notes on sub-material properties?
Yes, and I'm working on it, but I'm also trying to...
When I ask you for something, I expect it to get done.
Yes, Master, I know. I just want to keep up my own projects as well.
You can waste your own time, not mine. An apprentice obeys his master. A good one does, at least.
Yes, Master. I'm sorry. I'll get back to those notes straight away.
Poisons can kill your enemies faster than any blade.
My master can be a bit short-tempered, but I've learned so much from him. Are you kidding? I came all the way from Cyrodiil just to work with him. He's not the best teacher, but just watching him, I've learned so much. It doesn't matter what I believe. Norelian does. And it might be the only thing keeping him alive right now. All right, then. What are you doing that for?
Fresh fruit and vegetables for sale.
I understand you purchase used goods as well as sell them.
Yes, that's right. Whether or not I'm interested in that.
I have some things that belong to my daughter, free.
A few septims.
Hold it there.
Supper
Keep
is
your
what I
distance. Another girl killed. This is Susanna, from Candlehearth Hall. Served me a drink just a few nights ago, but I can't say I knew her. Susanna's the third. It's always the same. Young girl killed at night, body torn up. We're stretched thin as it is with the war. Nobody has the time to spend on this. Not pleasant, but it's the truth. If you want to help, ask some of these gawkers if they saw anything useful. I'm going to examine the body before the rats can get to it.
I ain't asking for much. Just a few septims.
Got to keep my eyes open. Damn dragons could swoop down at any time.
Always sad when someone has to die.
I I admire the curiosity of young people.
Sorry, I thought I saw a fellow running away, but didn't get a good look at him.
They want to know why they're not happy. I tell them to get a job. They never will.
Another
Always
one.
sad when someone
Terrible.
has to die.
Up to no good, are we? I'll teach you, but it'll cost you. I heard a scream and came running, but she was already like this when I got here.
Always sad when someone has to die.
One. Terrible.
Always sad when someone has to die.
The Imperials think us all lawless beasts. I'm proof of their ignorance.
This is a shame. No, sorry. But I did notice that her coin purse was still intact, so whoever did this wasn't after gold. I'm going to keep preparing the body, if you'll excuse me.
Spare a coin for a poor old woman.
My job.
You see those warriors from Hammerfell?
Don't really complain.
They've got curved swords. Curved swords. Just like always, nobody saw anything useful. The bastards escaped again. Look, friend. If you think you can do better than the Legion of Guards, be my guest. You'll need to talk to your life, though. We can't just let anyone go around claiming to be an official business. If he's willing, then we'll talk.
Luckily, Windhelm is cold, so the dead don't rot as quickly. Sometimes the burial has to wait for the ground to thaw, though.
I ask only for a little charity.
I made my fortune as a seeker, but now I'm retired.
Galmar thinks we should double our men in the Reach.
A reasonable strategy.
And you, Yorleaf?
Well, sir, the hold of Falkreath is fairly vulnerable, and blocks the only road from Cyrodiil.
A good point, old friend.
To be sure, my lord, I am not skilled in the arts of war or military tactics.
But you're able to see the hold in the parts, and for that I'm grateful.
As you wish, sir. I'm not much of a strategist, but Lord Ulfric listens to my counsel all the same. Grew up here, cold as at Mora, but that just grows the beard thicker. Lot of history in these walls. We're trying to make some more. It's a lucky time to be alive. For Ulfric? Well, nothing official. Known him for years. He seems to value my thoughts, and I'm grateful for that. I don't really have a mind for war, and I think he likes having an untrained opinion from time to time. These are difficult times indeed, when men stalk their brethren like beasts. My men are stretched thin as it is. If you offer your aid, I gladly accept. The guards will be told to assist you as necessary. I'm happy to lend a hand as much as I can as well. Any luck finding the butcher?
spare a coin. Talos rewards the generous. Spare a coin for a poor old woman.
Got to keep my eyes open. Damn dragons could swoop down at any time. Keep your head. What do you need? All right then. I noticed a trail of blood leading away from here. Helgerd's taken the body into the Hall of the Dead to prepare for burial. She's a little crazy, but if she knows anything, it's dead bodies.
Large diagonal cut from left shoulder. Well, she's dead, but I guess that's not unusual, at least not for somebody in here. I mean, someone who's not me, that is. Sorry, was only joking with you. Not really. The only unusual thing is the shape of the cuts. They look like they were made with... well, the ancient Nords used these kinds of curved blades when they embalmed their dead. I don't know who in Windhelm would even have something like that. Other than me, of course. I'm too busy tending to the dead to spend my time making more of them. And I wouldn't very well tell you about the cuts if I had made them, now would I? Now, I really got to get back to the body. A lot of work to prepare her for the grave. Large diagonal cut from left shoulder.
Greetings. Just the market. Of all pities me, the meat is fresh and never cooked. I can't afford to. It has to be raw. I like the shrine, and I don't like sunsets. The sky flushes with color, and it reminds me of things. What is it? Just the market. Of all pities me, Are you following me? All right then.
Another common question I get is why do people die? I simply tell them. How else are we going to fill pipes with more Draugr?
Disrespect the law, and you disrespect me. I. Can't wait to kill another Imperial.
Assorted fruits and vegetables, all delicious and affordable.
Do you know my father? He's really important. He even talks to the Jarl sometimes. His name is Torsten Krulsey. He's really rich, because he owns a farm called Hollyfrost. He told me once that he wanted me to grow up and be a sailor, because that's where all our family names come from. But I don't want to be a sailor or a farmer. I want to be a warrior! The strongest one ever! Alright then.
Need something? Good evening.
I try to keep Grimvar safe, but these are dangerous times. When Grimvar asks me why women are being killed around the city, I don't even know what to say to him.
I own Hollyfrost farm outside the city. It's honest work, if a bit dull.
How goes the investigation? The Stormcloaks are finding victory across the land. I've never seen anything like it. I would take this to Calixto at the House of Curiosities. He has a good eye for strange trinkets. Might even give you a bit of gold for it. Travel safely. It's dangerous out there. Sir, there continues to be unrest in the Grey Quarter.
Stay away from the Aretino residence. The place is cursed.
Children often ask me what the meaning of life is. I told them that if I knew, I'd be a poet, not a scribe.
What are you gawking at?
You need anything, come see me. I'm as resourceful as I am discreet. I have a lot of respect for Ambaris Frandar. I'm a dark elf and I live in Windhelm, so yes, I live in the Grey Quarter.
Yeah, what do you want? Damn right there is, but nothing a drink or two can't fix. I guess the courier didn't send you the notice. It isn't just him who hates me, it's everyone in this city. My kind aren't welcome. That's not what I meant. I'm a bandit. I make my living off the backs of others, and people here resent me for it.
Apparently some Nord women were murdered. Not sure why I should care.
I thought the Grey Quarter would be a haven for my kind. I was wrong.
I told you, my friend. I'm not going on another wild goats chase.
Don't mind me, just
And I'm
here on
telling
business.
you, Torvald, this time I know exactly where it is. We'd be fools not to go after it.
That's what you said the last time.
Yes?
And the time before that. Besides,
Yes?
even if we found the treasure, at my
Be
age,
careful.
I wouldn't have time to spend it.
Spend it? Since when has this been about the money? We aren't merchants. We're treasure hunters. Maybe you've forgotten that.
No.
Got some fresh baked bread? Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Make it quick.
Any luck finding the butcher? How goes the investigation? Ugh. Have you been talking to Viola Giordano? She posts those all over the city, and someone keeps taking them down. Ask her about it if you want an earful. Travel safely. It's dangerous out there. The Stormcloaks are finding victory across the land. Fight. Talos guide you. Mm-hmm.
What? We've got nothing to talk about until you come back from Serpentstone Isle.
I do the cooking and cleaning around the palace.
Whatever you've heard I can do is probably true. mind what or who you practice this on. Spells and incantations, for those with the talent to cast them. Strength and steel are well and good, but magic is the true power in this world.
I made my fortune as a sea captain, but now I'm retired.
Good to see you. Hello, friend. Take care.
Make it quick.
Got some fresh Mind you don't get fresh with Susanna. She plays the flirt, but it's just to get good tips.
Name's Nils. I'm the cook of the Candlehouse Hall.
Aren't you wonderful? I've been following him for months now. Well, not actually following. Trying to find him. The guards won't help. The people won't help. I'm the only one who thinks he can be caught. Huh? What's it say? Woundfirth. There have been rumors swirling about him for years, as long as I can remember. But he's a dangerous man. That's why they call him the Unliving. I wouldn't approach him directly. This information needs to go straight to the steward. He'll listen to you.
The Stormcloaks are finding victory across the land. I'm not much of a strategist, but Lord Ulfric listens to my counsel all the same. That's quite an accusation. I assume you have proof? I don't want to believe it. Woundfirth has been a trusted friend to Ulfric for many years. It pains me to see that the Whispers had truth to them. Woundfirth shall be apprehended. I thank you for your diligence in getting to the bottom of this matter. The streets of Windhelm are now safe.
I believe Galmar gave you something to do, so go do it.
I do the cooking and cleaning around the palace.
What is the meaning of this?
You're under the arrest for the murder of Susanna of Candlehearth Hall, and Frigga Shattershield, and all the rest. We are wise to your scheming, you coward.
Has the whole city lost their brains? I've been scrying and auguring to find the murderer myself.
Make your excuses from the Bloodworks, wizard. Get him out of my sight.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir, but you'll have to come with me.
This isn't over, your Leif.
Oh, hey.
Hold on. Are you alright? You look like you got ataxia. I'm not a priestess, but I did read Withershins back in the year 199. It's probably nothing. But don't blame me if you grow a maze between your legs. Although I think that's a symptom of wheat pain. In any case, the name's Colin. What can I do you for? Not much of a talker. No, Morris, that one's a talker. He won't shut up about his dead wife and the corpse he calls his manhood. Well, he's got his moments. I come to this inn and first thing I ask Hadwin is what you got to drink. And Morris says, I hope you like piss. Poor Hadwin. His swill ain't so bad, but with these socialist drinkers around, spreading gossip like a midwife, it's no wonder this inn is so dead. Tell that to Morris. He likes to tell full-time how there still ain't no comely maidens in this inn. So I tell full-time, what's with the warriors here? They need strength potions to get off their stools. Full-time? Nah, he mostly just ignores us and tends to his fleas. Well, this is gonna sound pretty stupid, because it is. It's pretty much the stupidest thing in the history of stupid ways a person can answer the question, what are you doing, stupid? I'm here for Horkers. Yeah, that's right, Horkers. Told you it was stupid. See, I have this friend, and he's mad about Horkers. Just loves them. Loves to eat them, that is. Anything else would be too weird. Eating them is weird enough. You can't be serious. Well, for starters, there's a... And suddenly I'm drawing a blank. That's embarrassing. Ain't much to tell. I tried being a soldier for the Empire until I realized that I hate taking orders. I thought about training warriors, but I hate giving orders more than taking them. I thought about becoming a beggar, and they make little more than sell swords. I thought maybe I become a priest, until I remembered that the only god I worship is coin. So I decided to become an adventurer, because pretty much anyone qualifies. Right, so, one day we're at some inn and he's gobbling down the slop while I'm gobbling down the ale. He's eaten about a half of it when he gets up and goes outside to, you know, drop his own little hulk in the hay. He tells me to watch his stew, as if anyone would put that poison in their mouth but him. Thing is, my head's spinning from all the ale and pretty soon my arms are spinning too, especially when one of them birds starts chirping. Take a guess. The big oaf came back right when it hit the floor. Now, I'm expecting things to go airborne. Mugs, flagons, benches, alchemy tables. But he just walked away. Didn't say a word. Would have been easier if he just let me have it. New friends aren't necessarily good friends. It's hard to find decent company. Most people you talk to, it's like reading some 10-volume tome about the shape of Nord beards. At least with Gore, I managed to keep awake long enough for him to bore me. I said it was stupid, but on the other hand, everyone's got their quirks. Gore's is Horker's too. Worse yet, he spent a week up north gathering that meat. And I don't know how he does it. To me, killing Horkers is duller than an Altmer mating ritual. Those things are like watching paint dry on a portrait of Lind. That's right. Heard they got a bunch of real fat ones by Lake Yorgrim. Figure they clubber a few and bring them back as a peace offering. Good point. If I really wanted to show the big elf I cared, I wouldn't have just any old Horker. I heard up north they got one as big as a galleon and as ugly as an orc's first wife. Problem is, I'm not so good at finding stuff. Losing stuff? No, I'm the queen of that. Fighting, not so much. You what? Are you serious? By Morris's cheese breath you are. Well, far be it for me to talk you out of something stupid. Now, the Horkers here are too small, but Hadring says there's a Horker so big it sunk an entire ship somewhere up north. They call it a brine hammer. We should head on over there. You can take the lead, seeing how excited you are to do this. I'm more of a follower anyway. Ever try and play with her shins? I never get past E. Alright, but don't take too long, else I'll have to kill this thing without you. No one ever comes to this dump. What is it?
Voja. Well met, big one. Berg is very puny for giant. Puny mammoth still is more size than big flea. Jotun, giant, give no name. Amari, man, give name many moons ago. Came to Berg inside a drama car. Dream. There, him met man. Soot hair. Sky eyes. Talk in Hamari tongue. Give Berg his name. Berger. Bergra. Ain't too long. Him make short. Oh.
That's close enough.
I'm on my way to Solitude to join the Legion. A united empire is better for everyone.
gonna take me?
No, you're going.
Oh.
I'll have your head for a... Found you! You're mine!
Only a fool lets himself get surrounded.